Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Cultivating Honor Podcast. Right back here again this morning, this afternoon actually, about 1:30 here in West Central Ohio. We are still under a winter storm warning. So, um, we're in level 2 snowstorm. We're not going anywhere. So we didn't have to work today, which is great. So here we are. Did some more studying, some more homework for you guys. And so here is the next episode of the Cultivating Honor podcast, where we get low so we can grow. And the best way to grow is to get low and stay low. Again, the purpose of this podcast is to build, encourage, empower, and strengthen men. This one may be a little longer than 10 minutes. That is the normal episode length that I try to go for, but most of them have been more like 12. So today I have a treat for you. Today we are going to start digging into the book of Proverbs. Proverbs is one of my favorite books. It has been for many years. Um, there's so much richness in Proverbs that you cannot just explain it all away or really combine it into one single sentence. It is so rich. But I did realize I've always been told that Proverbs was a book of wisdom, but I never realized how much there are other good things in it, as I have here recently, as this month has been a much more in-depth study on the book of Proverbs and learning what different words are, and with my analytical brain counting certain words that have stuck out to me. Um, and so someone uh, several years ago told me that if you read a proverb a day, you'll read a you'll finish Proverbs in 31 days. January has 31 days. Proverbs has 31 chapters. So 1 plus 1 equals 2. Why not? So I think that's where the Lord kind of had led me this at the beginning of this month to start reading in Proverbs. And I've always loved Proverbs, but as I've read more in depth into it, it's become even more rich. And so Proverbs is not just a book of wisdom, but there's a book of understanding and knowledge and righteousness. And it's also what I've learned recently is it's also for righteous living. Proverbs doesn't just teach you about wisdom, but it teaches you how to live rightly. And it teaches you about the fear of the Lord. It teaches you about gaining understanding and gaining knowledge and living in ways that please the Lord and how to walk that out on a daily basis. So it's very fascinating. I've enjoyed this study of Proverbs, this in-depth study of Proverbs, going over the last uh, 3 weeks, 3.5, almost 4 weeks now. Oh, it is so rich. So I'm going to read the first 7 verses of chapter 1. And as you can see, my Bible be all marked up, highlighted, circled, starred. I mean, you give it, you name it, I've probably done to it, highlighted. I've written down things that I've learned about Proverbs or about wisdom here throughout this book in my physical Bible. I mean, it's a wealth of treasure, a wealth of wisdom. So I'm going to read the first 7 verses of chapter 1, and then we're going to dig into what are the definitions of wisdom, since that is the main word, the main idea behind this book. So it starts out, the Proverbs of Solomon, the son of David, king of Israel, to know wisdom, verse 2, to know wisdom and instruction, to perceive the words of understanding, verse 3, to receive the instruction of wisdom, justice, judgment, and equity, verse 4, to give prudence to the simple, and to the young man knowledge and discretion, verse 5, a wise man will hear and increase learning, and a man of understanding will attain wise counsel. Verse 6, to understand a proverb and an enigma, the words of the wise and their riddles. Verse 7, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. Now, you heard 3 different times in those first 7 verses of the word wisdom. Now, what does wisdom even mean? Of course, wisdom is not just knowing what to do, it is also knowing what to say, but more importantly, when and how to say it. And so we're going to dig into the Hebrew definitions of what wisdom means today. So the first time we saw it in verse 2, to know wisdom and instruction. That wisdom, that word there in Hebrew is chokmah, Chokmah. It's from the Strong's, is the number H2451, and it basically means wisdom in a good sense. It means skillful, wisdom, wisely, or wit. The KJV uses this as wisdom 145 times, wisely as 2 times, skillful man 1 time, and wits 1 time. Now this wisdom is more of a noun slash adjective, and this word is also derived from the root word chakam, Chakam, and that is the Strong's Concordance number H2449. Now that one means to be wise in mind, word, or act, to teach wisdom, to be or make or show self wise, to deal, to make wiser. And it is interesting, it's also used 1 time as exceeding. So I found that very interesting. Now to go from the noun or the adjective verse, the word of wisdom definition. Now we go to the verb definition of wisdom, which we find in the very next verse. To receive the instruction of wisdom, justice, judgment, and equity. Wisdom in this verse is in the Hebrew sakal, Sakal. In the Strong's Concordance, the number is H7919. Now this one is a much longer definition, but we're going to do it anyways. It means to be, causatively make or act, to be circumspect, hence intelligent, consider, expert, instruct, prosper, deal prudently, prudent, to give skill or be skillful, have good success, teach, to make to or have, to make to understand or have understanding, wisdom, to be or behave oneself, consider, to make wise or wisely, guide wittingly. Now the KJV uses this several times also. And it can be used as understand 12 times, as wise 12 times, prosper 8 times, wisely 6 times, understanding 5 times, consider 4 times, instruct 3 times, prudent 2 times, skill 2 times, teach 2 times, and miscellaneous 7 times. So I know I gave you a whole lot there, a whole lot of insight and definitions of what wisdom really means. And so I want you guys, if you are so inclined and desire to go and do more research for yourselves to find out what is wisdom, what's really in the book of Proverbs, what's really in these this phenomenal book and these verses that are so rich with life, go ahead and do it. I want to read one more thing about how to develop wisdom. I got this from the Character Council of Indiana. There's 7 suggestions on how to develop wisdom. Number 1, apply lessons from your own experiences. Number 2, apply what you learn from history. Number 3, apply what you learn from biographies. Number 4, apply what you learn from discerning the truth. Number 5, apply what you learn from wise counsel. Number 6, apply what you learn from relationships. And number 7, apply what you know to be the right thing to do at a heart level. So it's not just a right thing to do, but it's doing the right thing at the right time for the right reason, also known as integrity. So you could use integrity to swap out with wisdom also. So do you want to be a man of wisdom or a man of foolishness? A man of integrity or a man of faithlessness? So today, that's about it. This is going to be a 3-part series at least for digging into Proverbs. Next time, the next episode, we are going to have a lot of fun digging into more words that have stuck out to me in the book of Proverbs. And yes, there's also words that are bad that you could talk about. How many times is wicked or evil or unjust or certain words like that listed in Proverbs? But I'll leave you with this nugget and then we'll close out. Philippians 4 verse 8 says, think about these things, whatever is true, whatever is right, whatever is just, whatever is honorable, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is excellent. If there's anything praiseworthy, think about these things. So the more you think about what is good and right and just, the more that you'll retrain your brain and rewire your brain according to the word, which has the power to give life to your situations and to your life. So again, I love you guys and we will talk at you later. Have a blessed rest of your day. Stay warm and safe out there and become honorable men.